Good morning. This morning, September 11th, 2021, marks the 20th anniversary of the 9/11 terrorist attacks on the United States. 20 years ago today, the United States suffered a horrendous loss, and we entered into a conflict which really has lasted 20 years, and it appears recently ended. Although we must remain vigilant as we continue to fight terrorist activity home and abroad. Today, we come together to honor the victims, the survivors, the people that continue to struggle from the effects of the attacks on 9/11. I stand before you proudly as the Chief of Police and Public Safety Director for the town of Bennington. The town of Bennington is an amazing place. If you look around and you look at the first responders, our veterans, the people that are here to support the survivors and the victims of the 9/11 attacks. We all know that prior to 9/11, there was another attack in New York City that also resulted in the loss of American lives. The conflict over the last 20 years resulted in the loss of American lives. Today we have veterans that are back at home where they belong. I, as the Chief of Police, am honored to say that two of my people on the Honor Guard proudly served in the United States military and did see conflict and combat overseas, as many of the people that are standing here with us today have also seen. And I'm proud to be a leader in this community. And with that being said, I would like to call forward Representative Mary Morrissey to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, I would like to welcome Town Manager Stuart to say a few words.
Good morning, everyone. September 11th, 2001 dawned sunny and bright, much as it is today. It was just another workday for most of us, a Tuesday. But it didn't stay that way for long. At 8:46 a.m. on that fateful day, the first of two hijacked commercial airliners struck the World Trade Center in New York City. And that day became a horrific day, one that will be with us all for a long, long time. We gather today to remember the lives lost, those on the planes, those in the World Trade Center and at the Pentagon, and those first responders who rushed in to save lives only to lose their own. And even today, survivors of that day are still passing away due to toxins released following the attacks. 20 years later, we still remember and we still mourn. September 11th, 2001 was a day that shocked us and angered us as a nation. It also captivated us as we watched the tragedies unfold. It united us with the world like no other time since World War II, and the world grieved with us. And so today, as we remember all who perished that day and all who have perished since as a result of these attacks, I ask that you please join me in a moment of silence. Thank you.
As we approach the time when the first commercial airliner struck the first tower in New York City on 9/11, I ask all of you, do you remember where you were when you heard about this attack? For me, I was at the Vermont Police Academy at a training program. They interrupted the class. They said that something had gone wrong in New York City, something devastating. 20 years ago, we didn't have televisions in all the rooms at the Vermont Police Academy. We were not up on technology, really. And they wheeled the television into the room that we were training in, put the TV on. Within about 2 minutes of watching the live broadcast, we saw the second plane coming. Everyone held their breath. I did. And that plane collided with the tower. At that point in time, personally, my heart sunk because I knew that first plane was not a mistake, not an accident, but something had gone terribly awry. You struggle when you found out because there was nothing that you could do. New York City, from Bennington, Vermont, 2 hours and 35 minutes. 2 hours and 35 minutes away from here. Terrorists struck. They struck the Pentagon. They commandeered another plane. The passengers on that plane were heroes, the passengers and the crew, because they were able to put that plane down before it hit the White House. True heroes. You stop and you think, what could we have done different? Could we have prevented this? Could we have prevented what's happened over the last 20 years as we continue to keep our community and our country strong and keep people in the free United States safe from continued terror and attacks? It is now 8:46, the time when the first plane struck the Twin Tower in New York City. I ask that you place yourself in a position where you can think for a few moments and think about all the lives that are lost, that continue to be lost, and how we continue to strive to protect this great United States. A moment of silence.
Detail. Order. Oh. Detail.
Fire. Make ready. Fire. Aim. Fire. Make ready. Fire. Aim. Fire. Detail. All ready. Run.
I would like to thank Sue Green for playing taps. I would like to thank Mount Anthony Union High School Choir under the direction of Lynn Sweet for their performance. And I would like to thank the VFW for their salute. At this time, I would like the North Bennington Fire Department to step forward and represent the North Shaft in laying a wreath at our monument here in Bennington. At this time, the Bennington Police Department will step forward and lay their wreath. At this time, I would ask that the Bennington Police Association step forward and lay their wreath. Miss Lynn Sweet and the Mount Anthony Union High School Choir will now perform God Bless America. In conclusion this morning, as we all prepare to leave and embark on our day, throughout the day and throughout the remainder of the year and for time to come, we need to remain vigilant. We need to think about all of the people that have lost their lives, the people that continue to struggle, both emotionally and physically. And we need to continue to support our first responders. We need to continue to support our military personnel, home and abroad. And remember that we reside in the greatest nation in the world. We are free and we are alive. Please remember, as you leave here today, what a privilege it is to live in the United States of America. Thank you all for coming, and God bless you all.